All right. So, hey guys, I'm building an online utility which will help people generate HTML sitemaps for their static sites. Would it be a good idea to place a link in the sitemap that says powered by my tool like Yoast does? This will help you. Will this help SEO, and should I no follow it? Yeah, I mean, it certainly could, man. There's a reason why people use, like, web design companies do footer links with their company name or a keyword that links back to their money site, to their agency site, right? Web design site, whatever, because it works. And it's funny because I talk about this with prospects often on sales calls for link building, for my link building service. It's fairly often that a prospect, so a potential client for my white label link building service will submit, because I always do a competition analysis report. So when somebody signs up or schedules a call with me as a prospect, they get redirected once they pick a time on my calendar app. They get redirected to a competition analysis form where they're asked to submit the details for one location that they manage, so that we can generate a competitive analysis report. And that's what I review with them on our sales call. The sales presentation is an hour long. I've done this dozens and dozens of times over the last several months. I mean, I literally go on autopilot now on these sales presentations. It's second nature to me. And I've got a really high closing rate, like 70%, roughly 70% closing rate. So anyways, why I'm bringing this up is because on these, oftentimes the agency or consultant, mostly agencies that get on these sales presentations, they'll submit their agency site as the location for me to analyze competitive analysis. And it's funny because that's a really good opportunity for me to show them what I'm explaining to you now specifically, is like, a lot of the time these companies, like, their agency won't be ranking for local SEO in their own city, and their competitors, they'll say to me on the calls, because we'll be looking at backlinks, and they'll be like, well, but my clients or the competitors, they don't have as many links as I do. And I'm always talking about topically relevant links, topical trust flow and all of that, because I use Majestic. That's all I focus on, is topically relevant links. And I'll be telling them why topically relevant links matter, but then we'll go start looking at their competitors. And sometimes their competitors are crushing it in local and maps with like no links that are topically relevant at all, or links that are all trust flow 0. And they say, well, how could that be if topically relevant links are what matter? And I say, well, topically relevant links matter for organic ranking, but what matters most, and it has an influence on Maps ranking, but what matters most for Maps ranking are geographically relevant links. And almost every time when we start to analyze those top ranked local SEO agency sites against my prospect, we can identify very quickly that they are getting those footer links from all their local clients in the same town or city or the same geographic region. And they have these low quality links that aren't from topically relevant sources, but they're all geographically relevant because they're in the footer of their client sites their customer sites that they built websites for in the same local area. Does that make sense? So why I say all of that is because, yeah, that shit works. Like locally relevant links and something like this, if you've got a tool and you can put a link back to your site, yeah, it should help. I mean, again, it depends on, who's downloading your tool and all that kind of stuff. But there's a reason why people use those kind of site-wide like footer links, and agencies and web design companies do that. It's because it works. And it's funny to see that over and over and over again, and looking at the data and being able to prove that it sure as hell works. Okay, so yeah, I would do that for sure. Probably no follow it. I mean, you may want to test with that, but usually, I mean, no follow links still are valuable, guys. Anybody that tells you they're not, they're full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about. No follow links absolutely are still valuable.